Hi everyone, I'm YJ. Welcome to Content Y, where we explore why K-pop, K-drama, and Korean entertainment work. Today, I want to talk about something interesting. Why is Bridgerton, a British period drama, so popular in Korea, especially among Korean women? Because if you ask people around you, something becomes quite clear. Most of the viewers are women. I rarely hear men saying that they are watching Bridgerton. So the real question is this: why does this show resonate so strongly with female audiences in Korea? First, we need to look at the core of the series. At its heart, Bridgerton is a romance story, but not just any romance. It is built around the idea of true love, a very classic idea. A love that is sincere, emotional, and almost idealistic. In today's world where relationships are often portrayed as cynical or complicated, this kind of storytelling actually feels refreshing. Korean audiences, especially women, have always responded strongly to emotional storytelling. If you look at many Korean dramas, they are also built around similar emotional structures. Love that faces social barriers, love that struggles against family expectations, and love that challenges social class. In many ways, Bridgerton feels surprisingly familiar to Korean viewers, even though the story is set in Regency-era England. Another important element is the female perspective. Bridgerton is very clearly designed with a female audience in mind. The emotional point of view often centers around women, their choices, their desires, and the limitations they face in society. But at the same time, the show presents women as active characters rather than passive ones. They are not simply waiting to be chosen. They make decisions, they challenge social norms, and they pursue love on their own terms. I think that is a big reason why the series resonates in Korea. Korean female audiences have increasingly been drawn to stories with independent female protagonists, not just romantic characters, but women who define their own path. Bridgerton manages to combine both. It delivers classic romance, while also presenting a more progressive image of women. Then there is the visual fantasy of the show, which is actually very important. The setting of British aristocratic society, the balls, the social season, the elegance of the costumes. All of these elements create a visually luxurious world. The dresses alone almost become a character in the story. Korean audiences are extremely sensitive to visual aesthetics. If you think about the popularity of many K-dramas, fashion, styling, and production design often play a huge role in their appeal. Bridgerton offers a kind of romantic visual escapism, a world that feels glamorous, beautiful, and emotionally heightened. It is not realism, it is fantasy. And sometimes fantasy is exactly what audiences want. There is also another interesting theme in the story, which is social class. For example, in the upcoming storyline, the focus shifts to Benedict, Bridgerton, and a mysterious woman he meets at a masked ball. She appears to be a noble lady, but later he discovers that she is actually from a much lower social status. This is essentially a reinterpretation of the classic Cinderella story, a romance that crosses social boundaries. Once again, this is something Korean audiences understand very well. Many Korean dramas revolve around similar themes. Love that challenges class differences, love that exists despite inequality, and love that questions social expectations. So even though Bridgerton is a British story, emotionally, it speaks a language that Korean viewers already understand. Another factor we cannot ignore is that Bridgerton is also known for its sensual and mature storytelling. It is not just romance, it is romance for adults. The show openly explores desire, intimacy, and emotional vulnerability. This gives it a tone that is quite different from traditional period dramas. The combination of elegance, emotional intensity, and sensuality has become one of the signature elements of the series, and it definitely contributes to its global popularity. If we step back and look at the bigger picture, something interesting appears. Bridgerton succeeds in Korea not because it is British, but because it combines elements that Korean audiences already love: emotional romance, strong female perspectives, beauty, and dramatic love stories that challenge social barriers. In other words, Bridgerton feels foreign on the surface, but emotionally it feels surprisingly familiar. That might be the real reason why Korean audiences, especially Korean women, connect so strongly with it. From a global content perspective, this is actually very fascinating. It shows how storytelling can travel across cultures when the emotional themes are universal. Love, identity, freedom, and desire are stories that resonate everywhere. So the next time someone asks why Bridgerton is popular in Korea, the answer might actually be quite simple. it understands something very important. Not just romance, but the female gaze in storytelling. This was Peter from KContentInsight. If you enjoyed this analysis, please like and subscribe. Your support really helps me create more insightful content about global entertainment and storytelling. And I will see you in the next video.